Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it was the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a one-on-one. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it was the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me, told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a one-on-one. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll.
The voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Next Podcast. That is right. It is Thursday night. It is prime time, and we are live. We have a bunch of crazy topics to talk about, man. I am really, really excited here. There's a wide variety of stuff to talk about. Some really good news when it comes to Xbox's side. We have a new subscription. Well, kind of a new, I guess you could say a new subscription service when it comes to PlayStation. But we're going to get into those details and whatnot. So, as we're doing this, guys, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. Let people know that we are live right now. And we are going in on all of the hottest topics. And of course, we are gonna talk about E3 as well. We can't talk about any of these topics until I introduce them. I'm gonna put that stipulation in.
I might say, yeah.
Yeah. Coming live from the 4 here, throughout all that stuff, man.
And by the way, I'm Elden Lord as well.
Weeks, and if I'm not deep into it by then, I will get deep into it. All your stuff.
Yes, I'm wrecking shop right now. I'm getting revenge on every creature and everything to beat my ass. So.
You remember first time I saw you? Yeah, it ain't going that way right now.
no, bro. Yeah, that Sentinel walking around acting all prideful. Nah, bro, you getting this work. You know what I'm saying? You getting this blood loss. But yeah, no, it's crazy because I'm like Fred. I don't ever really do second playthroughs. But I'm probably I think I'm like 350.
See, and when it comes to Souls games, I kind of thought you would be more into them anyway, because something like beats your ass in the game. From what I know about you, you will not stop until you beat the shit out of that thing. So I thought you would be more in line with like Souls games than what we've seen kind of like in the past. So it's good to see you killing it now with Elden Ring, and you got me pumped, man. I gotta get in and play this. But,
you need help? Just let me know, bro.
Oh yeah, you can call people in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Put up the bot signal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nice. Guys, next on the list, this man was actually in the whole chat channel first, but for some rhyme or reason, sometimes it takes a second to get the mic going, get the headset going, or whatnot. But he is coming from the Lone Star State, and I believe we have him for the full show, and I believe he might have gotten enough sleep, man. He's
Stop everything. That's what I was doing when you trying to get your mic set up. Beating that meat. Beating that meat.
Get it, boy. Recording.
I bite my shoulder. I bite my shoulder when I masturbate. So yeah, man. I mean, happy to be here today. I mean, you got me for the whole show. I got no fucking weird phone calls coming or anything like that. I'm still biting my shoulder right now as we speak, and should be a good show.
Nice, brother.
Yeah,
Nice.
you guys just didn't even get the whole bite my shoulder thing. Got it? Okay.
No, I didn't. I was just moving on. I had no
you
idea.
You don't bite yourself when you jack off.
Oh my god!
Wow. I think there's a little insight to predators.
Makes you feel like someone else is there when you're doing it. You're not doing it by yourself.
Subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yo, for real, that is a great.
I can imagine there. People can sing it in their head though.
Yo, nice, man. And we got
on to gaming topics.
Well, I gotta introduce. There's somebody else on the panel. I gotta introduce, sir. Coming straight from the East Coast, which we know is the Beast Coast. He is the creator, dare I say, inventor of hashtag Crispy Truth, and he will give his unfiltered opinion.
It's freaking windy here right now.
Dude,
it feels like a hurricane's going on.
Thunderstorms coming through, like
winter thunderstorms. That's what it feels like because it was just like 40 degrees yesterday. So
yeah.
Good old New England.
It's like 62 right now.
Midwest 60s. I'm like, dude, I gotta fix that later. Get the fuck out of here. He is just entertaining. That is all.
I never thought salt could actually taste so sweet, but it definitely has the past couple of days, and we are going to get into it, guys. I want to start off with some news that I was disappointed by, and it was news time gamers here, even long time kind of like YouTubers, podcasters, or whatnot, and we have grown accustomed to getting hyped for one point in the year where it's just a massive blowout of games that are coming out, demonstrations, news, all that good stuff. And of course, I am talking about E3. It broke today that the digital E3 that was being planned for this year is canceled. It's, stuff that's a little further ahead. It is something that it is a time of year that I absolutely enjoy. Now, with that being said, I believe it's the ESA. They came out and stated that they're kind of like they're gonna build up for a bigger return next year. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking more kind of like in person again and all that good stuff. But I was also looking forward to this year. So let me start with Crispy on this one. Crispy, E3 for this year is canceled. I gotta know, how does that make you feel? And do you think that they are going to come back next year, kind of like with the in-person shows, the stages, all that good stuff? Or do you feel like this is, it's just winding down to disappear?
This hurts. But
it does.
I'm going to say I feel like it's not going to come back next year. I feel like some of that space that they have taken up is going to be single individual like gaming companies like PlayStation, Xbox, etc. They're going to do things that, right now, I mean, especially for a gamer like myself who grew up with E3 and the hype around it and the enjoyment as a gamer, not a plastic box holder, and say, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. Well, guess what? I've seen it all. I've seen companies fall, companies become great. Shoot, everybody talks shit about Gamepass, but guess what? I played games from Blockbuster for a good 10 years of my life. Okay? I rented games. Guess what? Some of them I bought, some of them I didn't. So I look at this and I say, for gamers themselves, they might not be the extremist. This is sad. This is horrible. And unfortunately, I feel like if anything, they'll say a date and that before everybody loses interest. And that's the center of attention now. And Sony could do the same if they're smart, but I think they're going to wait. And they're going to try to clap back, but lately it don't seem like they could do that.
Well, Sony has a funny habit of waiting to go second when it comes to stuff like that. Although lately, with their state of plays and such, even though they're for games that were like launching right around the corner or whatnot, but when it comes to shows like bigger shows where they're showing like what's down the pipeline, I don't know, Crispy, would you agree? They have a habit of going second and trying to kind of like upstage
Yes,
what Xbox showed.
Yes, and the worst part is because of social media, we're at the point where what have you done for me lately? And every time like hey, PS, oh, now there's a family plan coming out from X. Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm not naive. Like, Xbox is playing a game as well, and they're going second on certain aspects. But they're going to go first on the games, because I'm going to tell you something right now. I think what we're going to see from this show, whenever it is in June, because I know it's got to be in June.
Yeah, they said they were setting up a show for June.
Yeah,
anyway.
dude, they are going to bring the heat, and you might see something dropped that you've been wanting or something like that. Like, I am not naive. They are not stupid over there, and there's somebody that is in somebody's ear, like Phil, that's like, dude, we got to do this, and it's been working. And who do you think Phil's going to listen to, or who do you think Satya is going to listen to? You know what I mean? He's going to listen to Phil. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those crazy things. Like, Microsoft is ready for it, and that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like Sony's ever cared about June. They really haven't.
Yo, real quick, I want to shout out to Glitchy. Glitchy plays in the chat, who is Zomboy. I remember you, bro. It is good to see you in the chat. And not only that, but shout out to John Wolf hitting up that super chat. That is right, people. The super chat works. You can use it. It's great. He says, what up next, crew? The level of simping on another level. You would think the consumer drives the direction of the company, not the other way around. Yo, Wolf, you make a great point right there, and we will definitely get into it. We are talking about E3 right now, and just kind of sharing our feelings on it actually, being canceled for this year. I did have a point that when Crispy was talking, I wanted to make, but I don't remember it right now. So let's go to Pred on this. Pred, dude, even though you don't like to join me on live reactions, I know you like these types of shows. So what does this mean to you, bro? E3 being canceled, and I gotta ask, do you think it will indeed come back in 2023?
So I always thought, like, when I actually had a YouTube channel, one of my first videos was about E3 and how it's slowly declining. And that was, I haven't done my own personal shit in years. So, that was an old ass video. Pull away from doing, like, they'd be there for E3 week, but they were doing their own individual shows in their own places, like kind of near this. Like, I've not been to E3. So like from my understanding, that area they hold it in, there's a bunch of other venues there. So like, you can go to one venue, and you can, like, when they did the Xbox show.
Once they moved that one venue over there.
Yeah, and then Sony had their own centralized location, but like, E3 isn't really built for the fans. Like, it's built for the media, right? So, and I always thought that, like, they should have just kind of like a Microsoft does sometimes. They change the E3's there, but they do like their fan fests in different locations, right? They do it. I think they did it in Mexico or something one year. They did it in different areas. I think they did it in like they do one in like Australia or something like that, or UK or something like that.
I think one was Mexico. I think one was Australia.
Yeah, and I always thought that, like, E3 should move around like that. Like, don't have it like everyone can't get to Los Angeles. Put it like, I know they want it, if they're gonna keep it in the States, move around, like, put it in Dallas, put it in fucking Atlanta, put it in You know, like put it in places where most gamers who can't, like everyone can't just jump on a plane and fly and spend all that money in a fucking hotel and all this other shit. Like just go to different random, like they do with the Pro Bowl in football. Like they move it around now. They don't put it just in Hawaii anymore. Like do it in different areas. And I always thought that they should have done that. But like, I don't think it's the beginning of the end, but I do think they need to revamp how they're doing it. I'll say it that way. But this was virtual. This is easy. We've been doing this for like almost 2 years now, right? Maybe 3. And even if we were not able to get to Los Angeles to be there physically in person for E3, we've always been able to watch it. So capitalize on that. And I think, with the whole us going to E3, that's like going to Los Angeles and doing it that way. I think that's kind of done. The amount of money it takes to set something up like that for all these companies, what they're looking for. Yeah, you get to try their games out, but there's other avenues to do that too now. You got Gamepass. You can put stuff out there like they have different rings in the Xbox system where you can try a game out where you can, I forgot what it's called, like the insiders and stuff like that, where you can play games. Like there's ways you can actually get your hands on those games without have to wait in a long ass line behind all these other people, media, better ways to do it. And they need to explore that a little bit more. Because like this last one, I think Microsoft, they let us play like what, 20, 30 games?
Oh yeah,
right.
The demos, man, and I think they need to do that. They did that in the 3.
Yeah, because like that's a way for us who can't get there, who don't want to do anywhere. You can like Sony can just drop a fucking tweet and it blows up. Like we don't have to spend all this money to fly everybody out there, set up all this stage shit, have Phil come out. They can just do that shit.
Well, real quick, Pred, what I thought was one of the best things about E3 is that none of these companies, like it was I believe it's called the ESA, and they're the ones who brought in, the journalists and stuff like that. And I feel like it was a neutral ground where these companies, when they're controlling the space, they have a tendency to maybe use things that aren't necessarily representative of the game, or they do these little things that at least when they're at E3, they kind of get called out for. You know what I'm saying? Because they're
true.
on that
I think personally, the biggest thing that people are going to miss about E3 is meeting up with each other, getting that face to face with those developers and those guys like that are making the games and stuff like that, and talking to them, and because like a lot of the information we got at E3 was not from the show. We got to see some video and gameplay, but it came from us, from podcasters who were there, from people who were interviewing these developers and talking about the game. Like, you got more information from that in the days after, or leading up to after the show. So I think, and then like, just us getting together, all of us getting to go together and going to E3. Like I know a lot of people that podcast that are in the podcasting community, the game community, they meet up there. They get to spend. We all live in different areas, like of the country. So like meeting up at E3 was our safe haven. We can get to spend time with each other. I've never gone, but like how many people did you run into, K-Mega, did you either podcast with? You knew who the fuck they were.
Oh man, no, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite a bit of people. Yeah.
And then, that's what we're gonna miss. That's the main thing you're gonna miss out of that. Like the show, everything else about that show. Because again, we see it. We get to watch it on screen on our own fucking TVs. So I don't have to smell funky motherfuckers while you're standing in line for 8 hours. Like we get to watch it live while it's happening here, so we can actually do it that way. But the thing I think people are gonna miss is that togetherness that you get from actually being there and interacting with other podcasters and interacting with the developers that are making games that are passionate about their fucking projects they're working on. They can't wait to get it in your hands and let you play it there, and they get to see your reaction. It's different when you don't have that face to face, and I think COVID kind of fucked that up too. But like, and we just dug ourselves in a deeper hole by them not doing it this year. So like, I mean, that's, to me, I think that's the biggest thing people are going to miss about E3. Like the people who actually get to go there are going to miss seeing each other there. Because I used to look forward to seeing and hearing, not just obviously the shows themselves, but like looking at the fan feedback that I would see on Twitter when they're interviewing these other people, these no name motherfuckers that they're there talking to a developer, breaking stories and getting leaks and stuff
Dude,
like that.
that
That's
right there, that is a great point. I remember seeing kind of like seeing Iron Lords when they were coming up, doing interviews with developers. Shout out to my brother Anchorman. I remember seeing him do kind of like his first kind of like on-screen interview with a developer, and like how nervous he was and everything, but he pulled it off. And I think that, like you said, that interaction, and especially when it comes to content creators, when it comes to YouTubers, having that place that you can go to, that all these developers are going to be there, and kind of like mingling with them, getting to know them, getting to know people on Xbox. I heard PlayStation's really hard to get to know when it comes to those places, but Xbox was out there. They were open. Larry Herb, Phil Spencer, all them guys were out there talking to people and getting in there and getting to know them. You're right, man. That's gonna be a big loss right there.
Yeah. Where the fuck is Larry? I haven't heard from his ass in like almost a year.
Maybe he's
He
retiring.
does it. No, he's doing the Xbox thing on every Friday night.
Oh, is he still? I haven't.
Yeah, afternoon. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what he
He
does.
still got his free Code Friday contest, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he still does those. Yeah.
But see, K Mega, and again, out of everybody on this panel, you have been to an E3. It's something that I feel everybody on the panel at least wanted to experience at some point in time. How do you feel about this news here? The digital E3 for this year is canceled, and like I think they're coming out and saying that they're going to come out bigger next year, 2023. Do you believe that? How do you feel, bro?
Yeah, no, that's that was one of the things that they that I heard when I first seen the information that was coming out that it was going to get canceled, and so because some people get that information if they're big time media or whatever, and then it kind of leaks down to smaller content creators and things like that. But they also gave the rumor that because that's all we can look at it as right now, is that they're coming in hot and heavy for 2023, because I feel that at this point, the mandates should be lifted, across the country, especially in California. So that gives a lot more opportunity to bring the venue back to where people can come and do all that. But I mean, it's up in the air. You just don't really know because if they cancel again, what was the factor? Is it because COVID got rampant, even though COVID is down right now? The pandemic is down at this point, but in Vegas, it's starting to raise up, and they're afraid about the situation coming into the winter time. So if we can get through this winter and then numbers still stay down like they have been, then it should be everything is getting somewhat back to normal. But I mean, you know what? You just got to think about certain things like that. So like, let's just say, you have the digital situation. It is weird because, they did it 2 years ago? I don't think they did it last year. I think they did it 2 years ago. And so 2 years ago, it was fine. It was last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember when they actually had the digital event, but it was good. There was nothing wrong with it. And so I don't know, man. It's one of those things for me that it touches me, and I shouldn't say it that way, because with the freakazoids to be listening.
Well.
Yeah. So anyway, no.
Touch it.
The way I feel about E3 is, and then when I see people that I know haven't been, and I ain't trying to disrespect them because I don't know what their situation is. But let's just say that these people don't want to go to E3, but then yet they just dog the shit out of E3. Like, who cares? That I feel some kind of way about that. I really do, because it's the one place, other than you just not, unless you just stand into your own little zone and not dealing with the fuckery that's going on through social media, and then you can go into some parties and then people is all about that same bullshit and all this and that. But E3 was not like that. It was excluded from that. And that's what made it special.
That was the problem.
There's no problem. There's no problem. That's the beauty of it. Like, you're not.
That's why people didn't speak their mind.
But people didn't come out there for that. That's what I think. So many people get so wrapped up into this whole garbage, that this cesspool of just wasted opportunity for people to just try to do the right thing within the gaming community, that you forget about why you get into it. A lot of people do it. Sometimes I got lost into it, but when I went there for the first time, it hit me back of why I do the things that I do. And then when I went back again, it made it even more like, nah. I can't, I ain't going to go no further than what I have gone. And then from when I stepped over the line a few times, I'm not even going to do that anymore. Like, because when you're there, it reminds you of the old school arcades. You get there, you're talking with strangers, but y'all talking about games, y'all enjoying the moment. You see people with PlayStation hats on, you see people with Nintendo hats on, with their favorite developers or their favorite studio, whatever the case may be, a favorite game, and people are just enjoying the moment. Because you got people from around the world. It is the Mecca. You can't talk. Yeah, there's more people that come out there to Gamescom, but it does not get the same type of feedback or it's on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because I have been to out in Texas, a PAX.
PAX South.
Southwest. Yeah, PAX South. And so I have been to one of those. Now, I would think the one thing that and I know that's got really not too much, it's got something to do with gaming, but I think Comic-Con is probably the biggest of the big, but E3 is the biggest gaming venue. And people keep forgetting that. Like that, and if you're watching it and things like that, people should know. If you've been watching it as long as I have, or if you've been watching it ever since they first start letting it loose and letting people see it, publicly and stuff like that, then you knew that there was a difference level when it came to other events and this event. The last time Gamescom was looked at as highly relevant was the year that what was it? Tomb Raider was when Tomb Raider was exclusive for a year on Xbox.
Oh,
that was a wild, great Gamescom. It ain't never been the same after that. And so anyway, that's the thing for me that I get to meet a lot of great people. Then just not only just on the developer side, and then like what Pratt said is right. Like, I mean, it's the private parties, the private, the meetings behind the scenes, talking to people, meeting the execs, and then, kind of getting starstruck on some of these people because you see stars, celebrities out there as well. And then you get to talk with people that you never thought that you would. And then the people say that they know you and all this other type of crazy shit. It's wild. Like, it's just absolutely a blast. It is a place where you can get away from the social media garbage and just talk with gamers. Doesn't matter. Like I said, I was playing Madden against a dude that's draped in PlayStation gear, and he was behind the stage at the Xbox event, and no tripping, no nothing. He was just as cool as everybody else. The Nintendo people there, like, the Nintendo stuff. Now, see, there's a couple of things, Pred, though, that, see, when I first heard about that Microsoft was moving over to venue, I was thinking like it was way the hell away. No, it's all compact. Like, you can step out of the E3 venue, walk probably 50 to 70 feet, and you're right there to the Microsoft Center, because the Staples Center, or it's not the Staples Center anymore. I forgot what it's Crypto Center or whatever, where the Lakers play. It's that, the E3 venue, and then the Microsoft Center. It's all together in one little spot. I mean, I should say big spot, because it's a big ass area, and that's where all the venues are. And then the Bethesda event was over there by USC, which wasn't that far, just probably about a mile and a half away or 2 miles away, I believe. Then EA was away. Now EA was the furthest away because they were in Hollywood, and so when you went to the EA Play event, that was the furthest away. Everything else was kind of in area. If you wanted to walk, you could. But most people would usually go to when they went to the Bethesda thing. They drove, but you could walk it if you wanted to. But anyway, the whole venue was just amazing, and it saddens me if they're going to have one more big chance to try to get it together and try to see how this looks going into 2023, because but it is a problem. It is problematic to see that they just didn't do the digital show, which we'll find more details out going forward. But yeah, no, E3 is just something special, man. I'm definitely planning on going to Gamescom at one point. Hopefully here in the next couple of years or whatever. But I'm definitely going to go do that,
bro. Got to cross
Oh,
that
man,
Atlantic.
I ain't afraid, man. I'm with it. I'm with it. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go do the Gamescom thing, and I'll be going to more venues going forward. But yeah, E3 was just something special, and I wish everybody had the opportunity. So when it goes back to the one point that Pred said, which I totally agree, 100% agree, that I wish that they could move the venue to different places for people who can't afford it or just don't want to go. Don't want to. If people don't like plane rides and then they don't want to take that long ass drive from where, let's say,
New York, baby.
Yeah, bring it over to New York. Bring it to bring it to Atlanta. Bring it to Texas. Bring it because that's just 3 hours away from me in Oklahoma. So I'm with it. I'm there. Opportunity to do it, but really, and this is what I've been hoping for. And when I talk to people about E3, is that if the problem is just the LA structure and things of what's going on with, if the ESA is having problems with that, then move it to Vegas because it's an adult venue. There's no kids. See, I don't know if people understand it. It's an all adult venue. It is no kids there. So it is an all adult access. That's why the parties is lit. Shit is just fire. And then when you going up in here and then these executives and all this other stuff, man, it's fire. But if you do that in Vegas, I bet you get a hell of a lot more people to come because they know because Vegas got so much more variety that's offered. So I would hope if they didn't do that and they moved to another venue, let it be Las Vegas, in my opinion. But yeah, I hope it's not done though. I hope it's not done.
All right. Well, real quick, shout out to our brother, Boom Boom Kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room, and yo, Noof, shout out to you, bro. I see everything that's going on with your channel, stuff that you're deciding. Let me know if you want to come. Let me know if you want to come hang out with us tonight, man. Hit me up on Twitter DM if you want to come hang out with us. I'll send you the link to the Discord and get you in here. Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat, brother. He says E3 canceled because they don't want to see Sony get slapped down because of the new Gamepass killer. Supposedly.
Messy.
Yeah. And Sir X-Man, let me know if I did the laugh right, all right? Shout out to Infurious One hitting up that super chat as well. Thank you guys for the support. Definitely appreciate it. He said Spartacus turns out to be Farticus. Oh my goodness. We will get into that, guys. Again, just to let you guys know, share the link out, let people know that we are live right now and we are going in because I'm trying to think where should we go next. I think we should go to PlayStation Plus and the revamp that happened. I think we need to get there. I feel like people in the chat want to talk about it. I think people on the panel want to talk about it as well. So for people who don't know, PlayStation came out with an announcement, and basically what they did is they took their PlayStation Plus service, which is the service that you pay to play online. You get a couple free games per month. Basically, it is comparable to Xbox Live. They took that service and they took PlayStation Now, which is their game subscription service, and they rolled it together. It has been the hottest topic on Twitter, and rightfully so. All right, so when when the rumors were coming around about this whole Project Spartacus, people are out there like, basically saying it's going to be the end of Game Pass. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. This is going to be the service that kills Game Pass. So, with that being said, these people that don't like to talk about the popularity of Game Pass do recognize its popularity and its success so far, even though they try to downplay it or whatnot. But they were getting really excited about this Project Spartacus, and let me go in real quick. It is a tier system with PlayStation Plus and PS Now kind of rolled together. So the first tier is PlayStation Plus Essential, and it basically provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are basically getting today. So 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts. So you get exclusive discounts for your subscription, and guys, Xbox Live does that as well. Cloud storage for saved games, which we can go out on a rant about over here because Xbox gives that for free. You don't need a subscription for that, and it just works. And basically, there are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. Then they have PlayStation Plus Extra. So you have Essential, now we have Extra. It provides
It's
all
extra.
the benefits of the Essential tier and adds a catalog of up to 400 of what they call the most enjoyable PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, including blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Um, Games in the extra tier are downloadable to play, so you can download and play those games with PlayStation Extra. And I believe I saw on Twitter people were talking about the God of War. I believe it was 2018 God of War, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Returnal, and those games being in there at launch. Now the price for that one, the price for the Essential was $9.99 monthly, and basically $60 per year. PlayStation Plus Extra is $15 monthly or $100 per year. And then they have one more tier, and this is the one. This is the one that a lot of people are talking about. Is PlayStation Plus Premium provides all the benefits from Essential and Extra tiers. So the other two tiers are basically in this one. Adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming. A catalog of beloved classic games available for both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation Portable generations. Offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games. Where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. So you can stream these games from PS1, PS2, PSP, PS4. You can stream all those games on your PC if you want. Again, streaming them, not playing them natively. And then they have, I guess this is a cherry on top here, time limited game trials will also be offered in this tier so customers can try select games before they buy. Now, the price point for this one is $18 per month or $120 for a year. All right. Now, one thing,
Jesus Christ.
one thing I will say real quick. One thing I will say, PlayStation does have. It's a good thing. Is the ability to buy yearly at a discount. I will say Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate, they don't necessarily have that. Game Pass Ultimate is $15 per month, and that's pretty much that. Of course, you could get discounts at CD keys, stuff like that, but from their own, their own source, from Microsoft, from Xbox, there is no way to buy it yearly at a discount. So I want to try to give the positive
Not
with the negative.
necessarily true.
That is true. That is
No.
true. They do not offer
Do
a
you,
discounted price per year.
do you use Microsoft points?
That is not the same thing, sir.
No,
That is not. No, that is
I
not
don't
them
know.
offering. What I just said
You
is
have to
absolutely
actively
true.
go and do that, Crispy. You have
Yeah.
to actively. This isn't.
They're not
It's like you can't
offering
log
a
on.
discounted
Yeah.
price for yearly for Game Pass.
Yeah, you can
Now,
find discounts, but like
yeah.
they're not doing it on their own. You have to go find them. Like
I don't know. You could tell me I'm wrong, but I don't know. I see it all the time. So
No,
But
I
that's
mean,
not the same
you're
thing,
partially
though.
you're partially
I'm
correct.
not
'cause,
saying
like,
I'm completely right. I'm
yeah,
not.
you can find Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass cheaper, but you have to
Yeah.
go find it.
Yeah.
But I think what Xbox is saying, like, it's not offered by the
PlayStation is
company. Just
offering a discount if you buy it per year through them. That's something that
yeah,
we
because
don't
I would
have with
I
Xbox.
personally I would prefer to buy Game Pass Ultimate just buy if it was discounted, just buy the whole year.
Yeah.
You know, if it was like $15 cheaper or something like that, I'll just be like, fuck it, spend the whole money for the whole year versus doing it month to month or every 3 months or whatever it is now. But that's just me. But like, so I see where Xbox coming from on that aspect of it.
Yeah,
But sorry, I didn't mean to cut
that's
you
all
off.
I was trying to say. And you know, you gotta whatever positives are out there, you got to talk about the positives and you got to talk about the negatives. Now, the thing about this is,
To look for what causes a negative?
huh?
To look for it, to find it.
No, I was calling it as a positive for the PlayStation. Yo,
Well, no. I'm talking about the Xbox situation. Just to look it up to find a bargain. That's a negative.
My whole thing is the positive is that the company who came up with this is also giving a discount if you invest in a year, whereas when it comes to Xbox they
has
don't
already
do that.
done that. They
They-
used to do that.
They used to not do it
not
now.
with Game Pass.
Uh,
I think it was with Gold.
Xbox
no.
Live was Game Pass back then.
No,
don't
We're
know.
talking
it
about now,
wasn't.
Crispy.
No, it wasn't.
When I wait for my turn, I'll sit there and I'll
I got
I'll
you, man.
discuss
But
it.
it's okay. Like neither of these companies are absolutely perfect, by the way. So it is okay to be like, hey, one is doing this and the other one isn't. I do like what they're doing there. Now, when it comes down to it, again, a lot of people out there, when it was a rumor, they were talking and comparing this to Game Pass. Now, key differences are you're not getting day and date when it comes to exclusives with the new PS Plus system. All right, and you are getting that on Game Pass. Now, all of a sudden, since all this information came out, the people who were comparing this to Game Pass and saying how it was going to kill Game Pass, all of a sudden, this is not a competitor to Game Pass, is what's going on there. Or people are blindly just trying to say that this is a better deal. Now, I want to tackle the whole kind of like, is this a competitor to Game Pass and how does it stack up with the panel? So, you know what, K-Mega, you came in. Let me start with you first on this. What do you think about their revamp here? Is this quality? Is this what you thought they were going to do? Is this something that you think? Is this the way that you think they should have gone with having Game Pass out there? What are your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, I mean, everybody logically thought, and that I talked to when I've said this, and I'm sure that other people on the panel has as well, that it was smart. It was a lot smarter for Sony to merge PSN and PlayStation Now into one package, because that just, I mean, in order for people to want to get interested into PSN, I'm not PSN, but to PlayStation Now, you gotta have them to, you gotta kind of give them an incentive. Like, I mean, it's just not saying, okay, this is separate and here you go, because Sony is just always, even when they were first to bring the whole streaming thing to the gaming space, if you will, from the console standpoint with PlayStation Now, but their methods were so half-ass and just so ridiculously just bloated with just, I mean, it was a money grab than anything. It wasn't even, the service was, the online service was just not good. Let's just say the connectivity was just not good. Then the pricing was just outrageous. When I could go find a game that maybe I would want to buy off of there, they're selling it at the price of what it would have been brand new at that time. And we're talking about games that came out in 2013, and they would be at you can get them at GameStop on sale for maybe $8-9, but they were asking for 50. So it was just really ridiculous. Regardless if they were first though when they came to do it when it came to regarding consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So them changing the strategy of seeing what EA Access does, they did the right thing by doing the downloadable thing. Now, I think it's a good service for what I think it's good for what they're attempting, but it's just not quite there to be a full competitor to Game Pass because of what I've said before. Putting games day and date is important, and if you don't put them day and date, how long is it going to be before you put these newer games on there? Because when people are always going to be reminded, especially when Xbox has that one or two or however many games, but they're going to get that one that everybody's going to talk about. That's not going to be Halo or Forza or Gears. And they're going to, and then those same customers are going to look and say, damn, PlayStation.
Oh.
You got this situation going on here, and people that will look and say, well, man, why is Sony not doing this? Why they keep trying to charge me $70 when I could go ahead and get, this from the competitor it comes included into the service that I'm asking for. So again, it's good for them to merge that. Cool. But the demo situation, I think, is a huge mistake. that should be included into all of the services, all of their tiers. If you don't want to do it in the essential, cool. But it's a demo, and that I don't know, man. That's
too timed. Like it's not.
Yeah, and it's a time demo on top of that. So that's sketchy. The one thing that I got the concern of, because I will be down to pick up the essential. Their biggest package, but I know that it doesn't start until June. But I want to know what they're going to do with these older games, because I would love to dip back into PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games. But are they going to be emulated properly? Or, are they even going to be emulated? Are you just going to throw them in like they did with the games that they did on the PlayStation 4, and then they don't have any? They're no up-res, no nothing.
Are you looking for upgrades to these games when they come out, like up-res?
Right, because I know that. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, hopefully that they maybe could tell us that this is something. Because if not, then this is why people do emulation in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo at least brings a higher quality of game when you do go through their service. So when they drop the Sega games and their older Nintendo products. So why the hell would you not sit there and have, you got two consoles really, for the PlayStation 4 and with the PlayStation 5, that's plenty enough comparable to get to have these games look the best that they can, and what games are they going to be? Because are they going to still be the same 100 games that you got on the PlayStation on that PlayStation Mini? Because if that's it, that's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So how many? Because they said altogether 700 games, and for everything that I've heard from PlayStation fans regarding PlayStation Now, because I don't have PlayStation Now. I haven't had it in I don't know, about 9 months. But there was like 400, almost 500 games. So if you have 700, so how many of those games are going to be split into being PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3? And that to me is where the problem lies. If you have, and then my last point on this is, what about for the people? I can understand if the people who has the unicorn PlayStation that can't play with it, doesn't have a disk drive. But why is it that they couldn't have, because believe it or not, a lot of people still have, because I still have about maybe 10 or 12 PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games myself. And there's people that has way bigger libraries. So why they can't have the option to play those discs in their consoles? Like, that's to me is like the half-ass situation. The competition is giving you all these options that's available. If you got the disc, the disc will play for you. If you don't, if you just want to go ahead and not have, if you can't find the game, or if you don't want to do it that way, you're gonna have to pay a little bit extra, but you can get it through download. That's cool to me. But and then the enhancements, that bothers me if they don't try to go somewhere down the line and give the gamers saying, look, with this tier, we're going to eventually give you enhancements to these games, but not here at this time. And but I know I'm over here thinking my head's in the clouds, but I know that they're not going to do that. And
do you
that's
know why?
also the deterrent.
I'll kind of feed in as to
Indulge
why
me.
they're not gonna do that.
I kind of know, but indulge me. Let me
The
know.
reason why is once they start doing that, right? Then when they come out with their remaster or their director's cut,
I
people
knew
are going
it.
to
I
be
knew
like,
it, yeah.
why didn't you just do
I was going to go there.
Right, yeah. So that I knew it, but I just wanted you to just let me know, because if we was on the same thought process, and I know that, and so again, that's also nickel and diming your fan base, because you're gonna give a director's cut, and then it to me it's just, come on, man. So listen, I like the fact that they're merging PlayStation Now and PSN together. That's a good look. The $15 a month would probably be the essentials is going to be the essentials, and the $15 was, but I don't know how that the bigger tier is. I don't think that's going to be. I don't think a lot of people are going to jump on.
K-Mega, check this out. And for people out there, yes, it is right to compare these. Okay, when you're out there and you're talking to gamers and stuff, they're always looking at one and the other, and stuff like that. First off, PlayStation Plus in its tier system does not hold a candle to Game Pass. When you look at Game Pass Ultimate for $15 a month, so that would put it in the mid tier. Right, what you get with Game Pass, you get all those games you're able to play. You get the first party day and date. Now, people are like, well, where are the games at? Now, they have over 30 studios right now. Last E3, they showed a bunch of games that we'd had no idea were in development, being in development, getting ready to come out. We have Starfield coming at the end of this year. Hopefully, we have Forza Motorsport as well coming this year. I don't see why that wouldn't come out, even though it wasn't announced. Cloud saves are just something on Xbox, period. You don't have to pay for that. All right? So when it comes to comparing these, you look at what PlayStation is doing here. I feel like this is a huge misstep at absolutely the wrong time.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Mega, you remember how we said to these people that were always talking about PlayStation's just going to be in first place constantly, number one. They're not going to relinquish. Yo, the last couple of months, Horizon Forbidden West came out. Gran Turismo 7 came out. Now, according to the PlayStation extremists, these are what they call console sellers. Within that time, for people who follow hardware sales, within that time, Xbox has outsold PlayStation when their console sellers are coming out. So you would think when they're coming out with a service like this, they would want to cater to their customers more than what I see them doing here, especially when on the other side of the fence, you're getting all this stuff from Game Pass. And that's why I feel that this isn't good enough out there. Now, K-Mega, for some rhyme or reason, people are championing still buying $70 games.
Right.
And they're saying that they don't need the day and date when it comes to exclusives. Dude, that boggles my mind, because I feel like
it shouldn't, because it's all cap. It's just people just want to say ignorant shit for shock value, to just want to get people to be upset. Reasonable people know, and that's why I made the post on Twitter saying, I would like to know how many of these people that keeps talking about they support buying $70 games, how many of the games that they have in their library that they didn't buy, that they bought on sale. Because from their logic, if they bought these games on sale, then they're the same, they're doing the same thing as bargain shopping and welfare gaming as everybody else is. You see what I'm saying? So like you're damaging the industry too, because you're not buying every last game that you have. Let's say that you have 30 games in your library and you only got 7 that you bought at full price. Well, then that's a problem, because you're over here, you're lying to the public. You're frauding the public. And that's why when I see people say that and try to make these points about $70 quality and things like that, well, hell, Metacritic was supposed to be your Bible, your gaming Bible. Your games aren't bangers. Your games are good by your logic. 80 rated games are just average.
Microsoft Game Studios won Publisher of the Year.
They want publisher, yeah. All these narratives that they've said about how these games are supposed to be, how people are supposed to look at what quantifies as a banger. Xbox is the one that did this starting this generation, not them. And then it's crazy because Horizon Forbidden West, beautiful looking game, got some attention, but got ate alive by multiplat. Ate alive.
Yeah.
Listen. Last gen, I just don't see it, bro. Last gen, I wouldn't have seen this happen, but things has changed. It's just that clear. Things have changed. You know what I'm saying? Xbox is now selling little man, and they're the ones that selling like hotcakes. It doesn't matter which console, which Xbox Series brand is selling the most, because it didn't matter when people was buying the Slims, the PlayStation 4 Slims over everything else, over the Pros. So it's all these narratives, all these stupid thoughts that they push out. And one last thing too, where's this big news about acquisitions? Where's that? Like,
well, yeah, there's a rumor supposedly that tomorrow
it was supposed to be. No, it was today at 4 o'clock.
No, but somebody said that now the thing is, like, tomorrow it happened behind closed doors. And they're gonna announce it tomorrow.
Come on, man.
They're gonna announce From Software.
Let's talk out of both sides of our mouths.
Oh man, so you know what I'm saying. But I let my brother sit here and chew their ass up right now. But it's garbage.
Real quick.
The service is good, but the service is still, it's not even comparable. It's not even, like, somebody told me that's in the gaming industry. That's I am not going to say no names. I will not. But they said it's a wet fart. It was a wet fart.
Well, we're calling it
that's what it is.
Now, right?
They were expecting something. It was a poop. It wasn't an explosion. It was a wet fart. What I was told. And I said, well, okay. So,
yo, shout out to our brother Fahim. Yo, Fahim, you're saying it's an opinion, but look at this from the wider scope. Backwards compatibility is just available on Xbox. On PlayStation, it's locked behind a paywall. You look at cloud saves, which is just available on Xbox. It's locked behind a paywall when it comes to PlayStation. And from what I've heard, we've heard about the free-to-play games like Fortnite and stuff like that, and how long that was locked behind, Xbox Live, which they changed that. And they changed that because of people basically stating that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That the community came out and said it. Fahim, if you're like, this is just an opinion, dude, it isn't. It literally is saying that what they're doing over on Xbox is a lot better for the gamers when it comes down to it. It's a lot better for the gamers. It's a better value because not all these things are locked behind a paywall, and then you get day and date. Now, before the rest of the panel gets in on this, there's something I do want to say about the whole day and date thing. And this is something I have thought about, right? Xbox has over 30 studios. They literally did this so this way they can be self-sufficient when it comes to Game Pass. They have enough studios that will have multiple teams that will be working on the smaller games and the bigger games, and they'll have enough content coming out. Because Jim Ryan talked about if they put their day one game, their first party games day one into the PS Plus service, that after a while, that they would lose quality because they would have to rush them out and such. Now there is some truth to that because I feel like they don't have enough studios to be self sufficient when it comes to a subscription service like this. But they also stated that they are going to have 10 games as a service ready for you guys by 2026. So that's kind of like if they're ready to do 10 games as a service and they're ready to reap in the revenue from that, because a game as a service, there's going to be microtransactions in there, there's going to be, cosmetics to be bought, and they're going to start raking in money that way. Then I'm like, well, if you got 10 of those games coming out within the next few years, you should be able to sustain day one, drops into PlayStation Plus. But shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much, brother, for the support. He says, wait until Call of Duty hits Game Pass. No day and date Sony. And dude, that's a big thing. And
I say that and Candy Crush.
There's a lot of like PlayStation extremists out there that are trying any kind of like little negative kind of like anything that could be taken negative in terms of that acquisition process that's going on right now. Yo, PlayStation extremists are right there to try to tweet it out and say, yo, this deal's not going to get done. They don't want it to get done because they know what that will do when it comes to Game Pass. To have that game in Game Pass day and date when it drops, dude, like the numbers would go absolutely through the roof for people who want to play that game, but they're like, hey, we don't have to throw down the $60 or $70. We could do it right now. And the crazy thing about this is even the show that's going day one to Game Pass this year, they have a bundle. They have a crazy bundle called the Game Pass bundle that you get all these perks and stuff from for playing the game on Game Pass and buying that bundle. I have not seen that on the PlayStation side, and they called it the Game Pass bundle, which is absolutely insane in my opinion. But I don't know. Crispy, why don't you go next on this? We've seen Spartacus now, the 3-tier system of PlayStation Plus. Let me know your thoughts. And in terms of, again, comparing it to Game Pass, because that's basically why all this started, the success of Game Pass and everything. But they're not doing day and date. What are your thoughts on this, man? Did they do this right? What's going on, bro?
I have a problem with all of this. I think it's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. As a gaming company, you have literally taken people that really love your gaming company, PlayStation, Sony, and said, wait for this. Oh, wait, we're just kind of going to charge you more. That's kind of what they did. And, anybody remember? Oh, we don't play old games. We believe in generations. Anybody remember that? That's your CEO. You bow to him apparently. So then I love for the past year and a half, 2 years, Game Pass is ruining the industry. Then those same people decide, okay, it's cool. I'm going to say that Game Pass has no option to hurt PlayStation because Spartacus has been announced. Oh, really? So you're basically saying that, Spartacus is the Xbox Game Pass killer. Okay, we'll see you. We'll see you later. Oh, now we're here. And everybody's saying, well, it's not supposed to be that way. Sony's a different company. Oh, you're the same person that said that same statement I just said earlier.
It's gonna kill Game Pass. Yeah.
are we comparing? Because that's the other statement. Oh, we shouldn't compare. Oh, really? Really? So explain to me how your statement earlier is irrelevant to this topic right now. Because I'm sorry, you have a problem. You enjoy that plastic box way too damn much. And you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh,
Okay? So
Jimmy, check yourself.
look at it
Sorry.
this way. All right.
Mm.
I'm paying, and I think Bucket, the cheapest I found is $4.19 a gallon for gas. Okay. And this is the time we're in. I'm about the present and the future. Okay. The past is the past. You know what? 2013 sucked. I get it. But we're in a different realm of what they're thinking about. And they are slowly chugging along while PlayStation's like, oh, we're gonna do this. And PlayStation's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And the majority of actual gamers are looking at them and be like, you're gonna charge me $18 and you have no day and date. There's a problem here because I already have a Series S or a Series X or even a 1X or Xbox One or freaking whatever you want it to be. You could be on the phone, you could be on the PC, and you're like, well, I'm not doing that. I mean, you don't even give me the games that I want. I want to see Starfield right in my hands as soon as I want to. Yeah, maybe they'll throw out I mean, they've been doing this. So you suffer from FOMO. You want to play it 4 days earlier? Here you go. You get some perks on top of it. You know, if they said Crunchyroll for like a year or something, I think people would be all over it.
That would have been
They didn't do anything.
That would have been a great addition, especially
absolutely, since they own them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great point.
How about this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
charge $25. Okay. It's astronomical compared to Game Pass. I understand that. Okay. But if they're so suffering from hurting, I think, you know, hypothetically, if you had day and date exclusives at $25, if you're a PlayStation gamer, you're going to be all over that. And that completely destroys any conversation that, oh, you have to this certain amount to gain the subs back and this and that and the other thing. They are a billion, hundreds of billions of dollar company. Okay. They are fully capable. They have funded their own car manufacturing. Okay. Let's be honest.
That's great.
All right.
Too, man.
So they can do this. They just choose not to because you guys are eating it up and you're loving it. Okay. And if you're going to love it, I'll tell you right now, it's so few of us said that the Twitter thing with Xbox, we're like, nah, bro, what are you doing? You're like, I just put a GIF. No. You know what I mean? So what in God's name are you guys doing? You're just letting them walk all over you. This is a billions of dollar company. There's no excuse for this. You do not let them do this. And maybe it's shame on you for continuing to do this.
Hey, Crispy.
Because they screwed you again.
Crispy, I got to ask you, in what world is it a good thing to not get first party games day and date? That's what I want to know. Because people out there on social media are like, well,
would love
this
it.
is a good thing.
I would love that conversation because you know what? I've rented games in the early 90s for a good 10 years after. While Blockbuster was there, guess what? I rented games. Did I buy some? Absolutely, I did. But I found out how I felt about the game far before actually purchasing it. And it was much cheaper with $5. And this is why people don't understand. Oh, how can Xbox be making money off of purchasing games just as much as the Game Pass subscribers? Well, guess what? You look at it and you say, hey, I could download this game. Oh, man, this game's really good. You know what? I just feel like paying that $10 or something. And that dev is like, holy shit, this person did this. Because they already bought into the Game Pass model. You gotta look at it from colored glasses, as we like to call it, and you got to say, I don't know how to feel about this. And at this point, it really comes down to how dare they charge, monthly. Not, you know what, you could say yearly, that's fine. Well, not everybody, especially in this $4 plus, gas situation we're in.
Yo, Crispy, we got
everybody's
gas down
like
here for like 405 right now. Down here, Southern Connecticut, bro.
Well, it's still over $4. Is that right? That's the highest I've ever paid in my life. $4.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for it to go. Like I'm watching every day to wait for it to go under 4 and be like, yes.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at that and you're like, that's something I have to work. I have to get to work every day, right? I mean, just like you, bot. You know what I'm saying? So, like you look at like what I get from Game Pass, and it's like, yeah, some months it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're like, I'm not really into that, but my girlfriend is, or her son is, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. And like that's why, we could even go into the, what they're trying to do with the family plan, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, well, we still got to talk to Pred about this before we get into the family plan. So,
but this is one of those things, like, the day and date does matter. I'm sorry. And it's not even date. Dude, they have third parties, day and date. Dude, you're getting Requiem, okay? Day and date. And my girl is super pumped for that fucking game.
What
I care less.
Plague's
Plague's Tale Requiem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she is super pumped for that game. I am not. Okay? But am I supposed to be like, oh, the girl that messes me up with Jade like every time we play? Oh, she can't play that. She shouldn't like that. I mean, that's how I feel like some PlayStation game. Oh, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I just like Xbox more. It's okay. Okay. I'm not sitting here trashing everything you guys do, but right now you are trying to compete with Game Pass. It's not. No, sorry,
dude. And the funny thing about it is when it comes down to it, of course you'll have Kotaku who tries to put like a more positive spin on it, but ever since the announcement of this tier system, even like gaming journalists, like they have been saying, hey, this doesn't even compare to what is going on with Xbox, and to see that, which we really didn't see that last generation, even when
I
Xbox
agree.
did something
Absolutely.
good, like to see it all of a sudden, it's down to a point where there's a Sony extremist on Twitter who was like, oh, it looks like this is the season of everybody hates PlayStation now. He's like, well, bring it on. And I'm like, well, dude, there's a reason why all of a sudden, like, you're getting these articles, you're getting people saying, hey, what the hell is this? It's because the moves that they're making aren't good. Okay, they're not good for the consumer. They're not good for the gamer at that point in time. When it comes down, you look at what happened with GT7. What happened?
We're talking. Well, if you think about it, like, okay, so I think everybody probably on this panel has seen Truebill, correct? Some ad or something, Truebill. Okay, there's a reason that's there, because even myself, I'm like, how many subscriptions do I really have? You understand what I'm saying? And instead of going at least at the same price, dude, if they went, with the whole spiel at the same price as X, they're like, yeah, we're gonna go $2-3 more, and then you're not counting taxes as well. So I don't know, dude. I'm gonna be honest. This is a step back for Sony. Like, y'all can defend this shit as much as you want, but I'm sad right now. I'm sad because I don't see them competing the way that I thought they would. You understand what I'm saying? It's a little weird. It's a little like, oh, he's just an Xbox gamer. Guess what? I probably play PlayStation more than half these motherfuckers. Okay? All right. PS1,
but
PS2,
you don't play Twitter as much, man. That's the problem.
500, well, sometimes I do.
You don't play it as much. Come on, that's the game of the year.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I definitely don't play Twitter as much, but I'm not a thumb warrior. I speak my mind, and I'm not gonna, talk out of both sides of my mouth, but I don't know. I mean, people will tweet somebody else out, and then all of a sudden it's turned into this thing, and then they go and say the exact opposite or the same thing that person they tweeted out, and then I look at them and I say, you're irrelevant as a human being. You have no relevance to yourself. You don't know how to act. You just spew stuff out just to say it. And I'm too smart to feed into that shit. Or I will try to change your mind because you might have seemed on the fence earlier, and then all of a sudden you're spewing out your favorite person that you talk to. I don't look at anybody that has ever followed me and say, you have to listen to me. No, I actually love being, having a good conversation with somebody that might not have the same view as me. That is the problem. And it just continues across the board, and I see too many people on the other side, because I'm still an Xbox gamer at the end of the day, on the other side defending stupid shit instead of calling it out and saying, PlayStation, you're not doing the right thing.
Dude,
and that's where we win, because we do that. We all do that. I don't care. Everybody on this panel does that.
They defend
in some
stupid
way, shape,
shit,
or
but then
form.
they have stupid arguments like, where are the games? Like, and the thing is,
But you
like,
know what? I don't even care about that, dude. Like, you got to look at it this way. We have all called out Xbox at some point in the past 4 years we've been together. You know what I'm saying?
Look at what's going on with the Twitter share now, because we spoke up and said, hey, like, why are you doing that? You put a share button on the controller, and now you're going to take away the direct share feature to Twitter.
Exactly.
And they changed it. They changed it. I mean,
and that's where I was saying no. Like it was just a simple GIF, but I mean they actually look at this shit, and I feel like maybe PlayStation gamers don't understand that. Like, we actually get seen. Nobody might like it, like any of the higher ups, but if so many people say it and say no, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, they eventually changed their mind, or they planned it out to begin with. If you want to be like, tinfoil hat status, who cares? Okay. But they do change it. And, to charge $216 for a year when you get $180 for a year, this is monthly, by the way. Okay. And you go and do that, and one has day and date, the other says, oh, we have demos or trials. Well, guess what? I see Xbox Live people getting free to play weekends. Anybody remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it still happens. Okay. And all you have to be is Xbox Live. And then you got people taking, PS Now for plus PS Plus. Oh, here you go. Here's the user count. Well, no shit, dude. Did you involve Xbox Live in the 25 million, my friend? Just saying, get your head out of your ass. Start thinking like a human being. Okay. Not everybody is like married to a plastic box. Okay. Some of us are actually gamers and can look at that and say, well, that's some bullshit. Sorry, buddy.
All right. Yo, check this out. Yo, shout out to Ray Martinez Jr. hitting up that super chat, and he makes a point here. He says, hey, Xbot, you forgot to mention EA Access is also included in Game Pass Ultimate. That is right, bro. And honestly, I've used EA Access through Game Pass Ultimate more than I thought I would. Yo, shout out to Z Black Rider hitting up the super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. He says PlayStation is a kink, like BDSM. It won't hurt you. Like, oh my goodness, Z, really? Shout out to Sir X-Man again hitting up that super chat. He says first party games on PC, console, and phone. Thanks Game Pass. That right there, yo. Fahim, when it comes down to it, dude, there's no way to compare this. Now, Fahim says that we don't know what they're going to add in the future, and that's another thing. Jim Ryan did state when it comes to day and date, things could change, and things can change quickly. Now, when it comes to the studio Haven, they're working on a multiplayer game for PlayStation that's going to release on PlayStation and PC day and date. That's another thing that these extremists said would never happen. That a first party PlayStation game wouldn't release to PC day and date as well. And when it comes down to it, this game by Haven is slotted to release on PlayStation and PC, and that right there, because I believe it's a multiplayer only game. I can see that going into PlayStation Plus at the same point in time as well. So again, when it comes to Jim Ryan, dude, you can't take what he says. Like, he has lied so many times about generations, about subscriptions, about so many things when it comes to the gamers that are on the PlayStation platform and what they want or what they're gonna do for them or whatnot. That it is really interesting to see where this is gonna go in the future. But I do believe that PlayStation does need more first party studios if they want to be self sufficient with their games and their subscription service. But let's
You
get
gonna
this.
let Prayer talk me?
Yeah, no,
Damn.
I'm saying let's get this over to Predator.
You over here giving that
You
man
just had
all
to
that
wait 2
time, man.
seconds.
He
You
ain't
just
paying
had to
no
wait.
super
You
chat,
just had to
man.
wait.
That big, good lord.
Just had to
Been
wait
waiting
2
for 30
seconds. You just
minutes.
had to wait 2 more seconds. Came back and it's all. It's all. But no, I'm excited to hear what Predator has to say about this. PlayStation Plus 3-tier system, bro. What do you think? What do you think in any
I got
comparison?
nothing, man. I got nothing.
Nothing.
Oh shit.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
It's like fuck
I was
this
like,
shit.
damn,
I'm out.
Crispy went like 20 minutes, fucking can't make it win an hour, and like, goddamn, it was like, I was not even say shit at this point. But like, everybody kind of hit all the same shit I was gonna say, and even the people in the chat kind of hit all the topics I was gonna hit on that you guys missed. Like,
Mhm.
like the game, not Game Pass, but EA Access, and you got Ubisoft trying to sneak in too. People forgot about that shit into the Game Pass as well. So like, I think the one thing that's missing, without trying to step on anybody's toes and drag this fucking topic out any longer, like the day and date thing is the biggest thing to me. Like we get that already on this side, on the Xbox side. We get cloud saves. We get like some of those features that they're charging you extra money for are standard with the Xbox community. So that's the biggest thing right there. The demo, it like when you read that fucking an hour ago, when you were going down the list of shit that it gives you, like it said selective games, so they get to pick
Yeah.
what games. It ain't like y'all. Somebody hit up on why this is maybe a me thing. They can't do day and date because they don't have enough games coming out day and date. They don't have enough games to do that with. Like what's coming out this year from Sony, the rest of the year?
God of War.
God of War.
Oh, you getting dirty now, bro.
So like no, I mean serious. Like you can't do day and date one game. You can't do day and date, and that's the only game you got coming out. You have no third party backup, and this is the problem I had with Game Pass when it first came out. I said it's not going to be successful unless they get other games in there because Microsoft was not dropping the games the volume they needed to. So they started reaching out to third party games. We started getting games like Outriders. We started getting like all their first party games obviously came, and there were some of them were smaller games. But the thing what Microsoft is doing is they've got all these fucking studios now, so we can get a game a month once all this shit starts rolling downhill. You're gonna get a game a month, whether it's a big game or a small game. It could be something as small as the Gunk. It could be something as big as fucking Gears. It like we're gonna get something. Sony's not doing that with this system. The way they're doing things, they don't have the capability right now to do that because you would think, and I think Crispy said this, was maybe somebody in chat said it. You would think that they would have gotten wise to the fact that Microsoft has already set the foundation up for this shit, how it's going to work and how it's successful, that they would just mimic that. Like they always do. They always mimic Microsoft, right? They should have mimicked this. They should have did the exact same fucking thing Microsoft did. Get a bunch of fucking studios. They can put some games out there, even some bullshit that nobody wants to play. Put something in there in their system, in their tier system. But they didn't do it that way. They're like, we're just going to make this fucking system that makes no sense because most of their games on Sony are what? Single player games that they've either played
and they're
once.
cross-platform.
They played them once, twice, and they played the remaster and the fucking expanded edition. They played them already multiple times. Like, who the fuck is going to pay for that fucking tier system when you played all those games that are coming in there, those single player, over the shoulder, third party experiences? You played them how many fucking times already? And now you want me to pay more for a fucking tier system to play those same games again, to have them available to me and stream them. Like, no, like who the fuck wants to do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But like, I think the misstep here is the day and date thing. And keep in mind, some of those games that they're talking about, those premium games they're talking about. No, because they keep in mind when they started this generation and they came out with that system where not system. I want to say that that service where they gave you like God of War, they gave you Horizon, they gave you like some of the, I forgot what it's called. There's like 13 games that came from that, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, PlayStation Plus. Oh man,
When you got PlayStation Plus, you got all those games. Those are the same games they're putting back in this same system. You've already played them. So what are you getting out of this? As a subscriber to the service, what the fuck are you getting out of this? You're not getting shit.
Dude, I didn't
There's
even
nothing
notice
new
that.
coming out. There's nothing new coming out except for God of War. Everything else is out already. Are you gonna get these games? Are you gonna get like what about these older games that just recently came out? Are you gonna get Death Stranding in that?
I believe Death Stranding is in that, sir.
I'm asking the question. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Death Stranding.
When is Horizon Forbidden West gonna come in there?
That's the question. Yeah,
when is God of War 2 the next God of War gonna come in there? Like even after its release, is it 6 months? Is it 3 months? It obviously isn't day and date. Yep, so I gotta wait a year for that to come out when you decide to put it on PC for everybody else too.
That's how they want it though. That's how
like, but like, and the thing is, they kind of screwed themselves too because again, they made the game, then they made the remaster, and they made the upgraded. And the thing is too, you're not getting up-res games. I think K Mega hit on that too. You're not getting those old PlayStation games. Something that Microsoft did.
No enhancements.
They gave it to you for free. You have to pay for that shit. You got enhancements for those like Ninja Gaiden. That shit just happened magically. Someone hit the fucking FM button. The fuck it button. Someone hit that fucking magic button, and that's what they hit. And we got our shit up-res. We didn't have to pay for that. We didn't have to ask. Actually, we didn't even ask for it. They gave it to us without us asking. But you're gonna get that same old crappy ass fucking PS2 game that looks like shit and cell shaded, and you're gonna play that. And there's no extra frames. There's no
you don't get no boost. God damn, Fred. God damn, Fred. Oh my lord.
You don't get none of that shit, bro. You get the same fucking game.
No 120. Oh my god.
And you're paying extra money for that. So like, no, motherfucker, this shit is not good for anybody.
Oh
yes, bro.
You're paying money
love
for
it.
shit that you already did. That's like fucking the same bitch again. 15 years later.
Oh no.
Well, I mean,
so no,
you might be much more approved. So that.
Yo, Pred.
So no,
subscribe to his OnlyFans.
It's the same blowjob you had last year. It ain't changed. Y'all just getting walked over again for the same chick.
It's not even a different shade of lipstick.
It was so good, I swear.
It's not even a different shade of lipstick. Yo, Pred, what do you think about this whole PlayStation 3 fiasco? Because when it comes down to it, the only way you're going to be able to play PlayStation 3 games is streaming them. But when you look at the PC side of things, people that don't have the budget and everything that Sony has, that PlayStation has, have created and have a functioning PS3 emulator on PC, basically saying that all PlayStation had to do was put a little money down and create an emulator that could run on the PS5 when it comes to PlayStation 3 games, and they didn't do that. It's just.
So let me ask you this question:
only.
How are we playing Xbox One games on Series X right now?
They just run.
How are we playing 360 games right now on the Series X right now?
Emulation.
I mean, like, there's nothing to discuss about this at this point. Like, right? Like we're like, It's already happening. You would think they would just mimic the same shit like they always do, and just do the same shit that you see your competitor doing, and try to make it better. Right?
They want to do what Nintendo is doing because a lot of people emulate the shit out of their games too, and so but see, that's the thing. Nintendo's games are timeless because
you can't model your stuff after Nintendo because Nintendo fans are different. They're just built different. They're not the same as us. Some of us other people that play on the Xbox and PlayStation. Like Nintendo can get away with stupid shit like that and doing cardboard box games and shit.
Yo, Sir X-Man brought up a great point in the super chat as well. He says, "Remember, there's no trophy support for any of those games."
There isn't. Oh, that's right, because they didn't have trophies until like towards the later end of the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you can't even get trophies. So like, I mean, there's just so much.
No, they ain't gonna fuck with that then.
Yeah, there's just so much missing that and I'm not saying that it's a step in the right direction. Let's not downplay the fact that they're at least trying to do something. But I think them not doing back and pat, which I don't think they can do. I don't think they can do it. I think that's been a problem with this whole generation and maybe even last generation. No, they get back and pat PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah.
On 4, they couldn't. They're not able to do it on 5 though. That's why they keep doing these fucking remasters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 5 they can run PS4 games back and back, no problem.
Right.
No,
right. Some, not all of them.
Some, and they can't do PlayStation 3 games.
Mm-mm.
So I think
the big
that's
was the whole like cell processor, which we are so far past that now with the technology.
That is why they're doing it this way, because they cannot do back and pat. That answered my question.
That was their first initial thing, because the PlayStation 5 was supposed to be a console that wasn't a backwards compatible machine. Yeah. It was completely about
their words. Their words and how they took this generation. Fuck them with this generation, because they took that to heart. They want this console to just be like, oh, let's just move on, and they wanted to leave it behind, leave 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 behind. But then now they want to try and drag that shit in here and charge you for it. And some of you PlayStation fans out there that listen, you little fucking haters out there that are watching this fucking show right now, that's your own fucking fault for not talking and speaking up before when this shit was going down. You were talking shit about Xbox doing it.
It is old.
Y'all talking shit about Xbox doing this shit. Oh, we're moving to a new generation. Fuck this old shit. We don't play old games. Now look what you got. You gotta pay fucking $20 a fucking month for it. So fuck you. That's your own fucking fault.
Oh yeah, baby.
Damn.
I love the spice, bro. Oh my god,
guys! I think if you haven't done it yet, that right there deserved a thumbs up and a share, right there in and of itself.
Yeah.
That was classic cred on fire.
Again, man. How many times have we in this Xbox community spoken up and said, "Hey, Phil, this is fucked up," and they changed it. But y'all motherfucking PlayStation fans, y'all are like, "Oh, this is great. This is amazing." For the fans,
I want to spend $70 on these games. I don't want them
I'm a hardcore gamer.
For the players,
you guys can't see me do it. I wish I had a camera right now so you can see me fucking doing my little shimmy, my PlayStation shimmy with my hands and shit. And you motherfuckers talking like, "Oh yeah,
the jazz hands."
This is like the jazz hands. Like this is what y'all motherfuckers wanted. Y'all wanted to move on for the last generation. I want to see how many people actually subscribe to this shit. How many people are PlayStation Plus people and stay in PlayStation Plus realm, or they get up to the fucking God tier because they're gamers?
Well, MBG,
I want to see those.
MBG already stated he's staying at the low tier level.
Most of them are going to be on the low tier level because that's the excuse.
And then he damage controlled after.
Right, they keep talking about their high end, money. Somebody called me a broke bitch because I was making all these points.
Broke bitch.
Yeah, they call me a broke bitch. The way you talk about this stuff, nigga, you sound like a broke bitch. Word. Well, I guarantee you ain't going to get the top tier. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit
one last little point before we move on to the next topic, because this is important. All these PlayStation gamers that supposedly had PCs to play Xbox games can't even play your fucking PlayStation games on PC with this shit.
You stream it to PC.
That's right. Yeah,
you stream it to PC.
No, you can't play. You can't. No, there's no system. Like I can download Halo on my PC and download Halo on my Xbox, and I can play them natively.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I hear you.
Even the old Halos, even fucking any game, any game that's in Game Pass on PC, I can play. Pick a game. I mean, like that I can do on both. Like I don't have to fucking stream it on my PC. I can play it right there from my fucking expensive ass fucking hard drive. Like, I don't have to pay extra. Like it's part of the service. I'm already paying for it. Like like I don't have to get another tier for that shit. Like
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, you dropping bombs, bro. Love it, dude. Love it.
fucking cunts.
Well, guys, in the chat, let us know what you think about the PlayStation Plus kind of like 3-tier system that they came out with, and we're gonna move on to Game Pass news because our brother Jez Corden came out with some awesome news. But again, I want to flex this out real bit for a little bit. But it seems that Xbox has been toying in the background with a family plan for Game Pass that will, from what I'm seeing,
that sounds like some liquor being poured.
Yeah, that's some goddamn some Tito's.
Let's go. Oh, you know what? That's exactly what I'm about to pour right now.
Oh
yeah.
no, it's about to get
got
crazy.
me so hype. I'm like, shit. Let me pour this Tito.
I ain't even been drinking. Y'all about to start now. What's
Yeah,
up?
me too. Me too. I was like, shit. Let me.
That was the topic that put it over the top, people.
Yeah, like, let's get some Tito's and here. Splash this with a little Pomeranian juice.
Got the red cup. The solo cup. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat. He said Predator having an OnlyFans rant. Wow, awesome. We were all here to witness that, by the way. But
this blacktail better not be naked while he's in here talking to me in here. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna get out of here.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm
gonna let you imagine my fucking dangling just drifting off in the wind right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, catch GRG tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I will holler at y'all tomorrow.
Well, guys, we got to talk about Game Pass and what they're doing. Supposedly coming out this year is a family plan for Game Pass. Now, the family plan, from what I've seen out there, consists of you can have up to 5 people that live in the same country. 5 people share in this family plan. Of course, it's going to be more expensive than if you're just doing one person or whatnot. But they said it's going to be far cheaper than having 5 different people subscribe to Game Pass. Now, I know a lot of people out there have been asking for a family plan when it comes to Game Pass.
This guy right here.
A lot of parents, with kids, they've wanted that, so this way, they can share Game Pass with their kids and whatnot. Because you can only share to one other console if you're doing just the straight up game share, which does work with Game Pass as well. But I guess they were toying with it. They're trying to find ways in which the licensing, when it comes to third party deals, how they're going to be compensated and all that good stuff. But I guess they have come up with solutions, and they're going to come out with a family plan with Game Pass. Now, one thing I want to say first and foremost, I'm hoping and praying, because there were rumors about this like maybe 2 years ago, and one of the possible like negative side effects would be that the whole game sharing thing might be done with because of that. Like they might shut off that double kind of like that double license that you get.
Oh yeah. I see where you're going.
I'm hoping that does not happen, because they might be concerned with if you have a family plan and you game share, maybe that would branch off to 5 other people as well. So you would go from having 6 people on the plan to possibly 12. But hopefully they work out something, on the tech side of things where that can't happen, but you can still game share. But we're still early into this, but this is something I'm keeping an eye on. But the information in and of itself is really good. All right, when you look at it, and to give people more incentive to get into Game Pass, and to know that you can get up to family members, 5 friends into it with you, I think is a great move. So, um, let's let's
Go to Fred. Go to Fred.
that's who
Because
I
He was
you
like,
know, you know
he's
me and
like,
Crispy gonna act a fool with this one. So let
he was
Fred
like,
get
do I want to
okay.
go to Fred first right now?
Yeah, go to Fred. Go
Yeah.
to Fred first. Go to
I
Fred.
thought
He was
about Pred
preaching. He
first, and I was like,
deserved it.
I don't know if I want to give him a chance to sip on that a little bit or
I,
whatnot.
I'll
But
be quick with this one because this was pretty easy.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll be quick with this one. So I have 2 daughters who game, and I have to buy. She has a PC now. She built her own PC, so now I have to get her Game Pass Ultimate on her own, and I game share with my other daughter. So I'm always buying something for one of the kids, whether it's like, and I almost got to the point where I was like, I'll just buy my own shit, and I'll let them, and I'll buy their shit and let them 2 game share. But one of my kids, the daughter, the PC daughter, she's a Nintendo junkie too, so she plays more Nintendo. My other daughter is an Xbox. All my kids play different shit. So to me, even like it helps me out because like if I can do it, if even if it's 3 systems like that are registered under my Xbox account because I bought them, I registered them under my account, right? Let me do it that way, And I know they can do this because I have Office 365 and I share with like my sister, like my kids, So like I know they can do this shit. It's I think the licensing thing, what you're saying before, is probably the issue, but like that would just make this more, I guess, more attractive to people, knowing that you can do that versus the competition we just talked about. Like, not only can I get all this other shit that this, the Sony side can't get, but now I can share this with 3 to 5 people. They say 5, I'll be happy with 3.
5. They said 5.
They say
yeah.
5. I know they say
Yeah.
5. I'll be happy with 3. I'll compromise. So just give it to me 3. Let me like Xbox was saying, like if you can't game share, that's a miss for me. I don't want it to be you can do one or the other. Just give me 3 consoles, and I'm good with that. I don't give a fuck about the 5 people. Just give me 3, and I can deal with that. But like, I do think that's what they need to do. I think that's something because like you look at all these other subscription services that we have now, Spotify, HBO Max, whatever. Pick one. Like you can share with multiple people, and we can't do that with gaming. Like you only share one other person's household, and so like we're kind of getting gypped on that because it's something that everyone else is doing except for the gaming community. So I think that would just set it over the top if they allowed that. To me, I think that'd be a big thing to me. Like I can do this on my PC, on my Xbox. My kids can do it too. I don't have to spend, if I'm spending what am I spending $14.99 a month for? I mean, if they upcharge me a little bit more for it, and I'm not going to buy fucking subscriptions for my other 2 kids every 6 months or whatever, do it. And like Chris was saying before, give me the option to do this shit for a year. As you Xbox, like, give me the option to do it for you. I don't want to do this shit every 3 months, every 6 months. Just let me do this shit every year.
let me pay the chunk now. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
pay it now. And because CD Key is gonna knock that shit down anyway, so another $20 too. So, like, let me do it now. So I mean, I hope they do this, and this has been rumored for a while now. We were talking about this, I think, last E3, and we thought they were going to announce it then or something like that. It didn't happen. So, like, it seems. I mean, I hope it's not a rumor. I hope they really do this, but I hope they keep everything the same as far as the game sharing goes. That's a bigger thing to me too. The game sharing component, like, yeah, you can get on Xbox Live, but can I play? Can I play Game X, and my kids can play Game X at the same time? Or is it something we gotta like, I have to buy it, and then they have to buy it too, but we still get the online capability and the cloud saves. Like that would fucking piss me off. So we need everything the same. Just just allow us to add 2, maybe 2 to 5 family members on it. We're good to go.
Yeah, I think 5 is actually a lot. When it comes down
5
to it,
is a lot, yeah, because I don't have 5
It's
Xboxes.
huge.
Like,
It's huge.
yeah, that's why I said I can compromise with 3.
Mhm.
And because everything's
Well, I'm
keep in
gonna
mind,
say 4.
keep in mind you have the cloud too. So
All right, bro. Yo, Crispy, what do you think about this family pass again? Again, this family plan for Game Pass, set to release at some point in time this year, bro.
Well, you think of it this way, okay? So 4 people do Game Pass. Okay, Game Pass Ultimate, $720. All right,
Mhm.
you look at it this way: if they charge $40 a month, you could have 4 people on your plan. It would cost $480.
Mm.
Is that a savings?
Yeah,
I think it is.
definitely. Yeah.
Huge savings. Okay, so that's what they said, did they not? Huge savings. Really is, right? But here's what people ignore. Xbox is looking for gamers for life. Okay?
Mm.
You want to play Fortnite forever? You want to play it on your phone? You want to play it on your PC? You want to play it on your Xbox? Go right the fuck ahead. Think about it. Okay? You know what? And there's a lot of younger kids that they'll play it wherever they can. Okay? Obsessed. All right? That's just an example. And you're ignoring the fact that the majority of games that come out for Xbox are multiplayer. This is a smart move by them. They should do this for the older gamers that don't want to spend all that money, and they'll be happy with that type of savings. But also do it for the younger gamers and say, hey, my dad bought me Xbox. Hey, this is actually doesn't look bad. Hey, I have a PlayStation gamer that, talks trash about Xbox all the time, but I'm seeing something different. You know what? It's called your own damn eyes. Okay? That child that is 15, 20, 30 years old, younger than us, is going to sit there and say, "Hey, I could play PUBG on my phone or my mom's phone or something." And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, well, there's this new update and it's only coming out for Xbox for a period of time. And then they're older and they're like, oh shit, well, I need an Xbox then because I love PUBG. It's one of those weird things, dude. Like, I'm just like, you know what? No holds bar. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like nowadays, this savings could be incredible. I mean, think about it. $40 for a family plan. Sounds about logical, right?
Yeah.
Think
Well.
about it.
Yeah. Um.
4 people on. I mean, that's where I go and say, Netflix gives me I could have 4 accounts on my account, okay, that do different things in it, and I pay $20.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
4K. I get the 4K package. It's about $20. Okay. And I have like 4 other people on there that could do whatever the hell they want. And they have different accounts. I'm telling you, like, at the end of the day, they see the dollar signs. Okay. You get 4 people, like, okay, younger kid moves out. Bang. They're doing that for the other, the kids they have down the road. Like, it's a smart move. I'm sorry. Like, it makes total sense. And, Xbox needs to, like, completely announce it. I mean, I know it went through Windows Central, but
As an
they got to
exclusive, it was an exclusive
completely.
article. So, like, they told them that this is what they're
Yeah,
doing.
but it's one of those things, like, they like Windows Central. They're called Windows Central. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? So they're letting everybody stew on it, and then they need to, like, announce it tomorrow, in my opinion. And just, Xbox blog or whatever the fuck you want it to be. Era, like, you want to release it on everything, like every single publication, which they're starting to trickle out, but it's like it's still technically a rumor. You need somebody from Microsoft, official Twitter or something, to come out and say this is happening. You know what I mean? If they don't do that, maybe they're stewing on the price. That's what I think, because PlayStation has clearly proven that they are not going in the same realm as Xbox right now. But that's besides the point, okay? You got to realize that me as a gamer, I look at it and I say, PlayStation did a folly. You know, they're like, I missed the birdie and I'm going to sit there and take it like a champ. But at the same time, this is not the time for that. It's not. You gotta step up. You are the market leader, technically, even though Switch is the market leader, let's be honest.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you think about it like they're doing the same things, but they're not. And Xbox is going more multiplayer. You're getting things day and date. They're doing a lot of different things. And that's where I don't hate people that are actually honest and like, hey, this is Sony. This is what they're going to do. This is Xbox. But you're charging $2 more for something that doesn't even involve PC or mobile. Supposedly mobile soon, but I don't see it. Not without
Well,
Microsoft.
they got a contract to use the Azure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
So they'll just use Microsoft's Azure to stream. Oh my
Make a
goodness.
little change off of Microsoft, off of Sony. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. It's crazy. Yo,
They
Mega,
haven't backed out of it. Nobody's seen that, right?
Shit, they'd be a fool to back out of it.
Mega, we
Well, I
talked about
agree
this.
with
We
that,
said
totally.
like to these people like, yo, they're talking about Sony always being on top and stuff. They're like, yo, calm yourself. Shit changes like crazy. Like and dude, I think we're right in the middle of seeing all this.
Anybody remember? I would just want to say this. Anybody remember when? All right, actually, everybody on this panel will know what I'm talking about. Anybody remember when we were playing in arcades only, and all of a sudden we got that one thing that was in our house, and you're like, "Holy shit, this can be done here." Okay, that's PlayStation's acting like that is the only realm. You understand what I'm saying? Xbox is like, nah, we're good. Like we've already went past that. And they've shown that. I mean, I don't see anybody see a price hike this week, even though I'm sorry, like $2 more for no day and date. What's good? Oh, it's monthly. Like you can do it yearly. Yeah, most people are doing monthly nowadays. I'm just saying. So, what have you provided that person? Not a damn fucking thing.
I mean, what they're providing was better than what they originally had, but it just doesn't compare
For
with what's going on now.
For
I
$18, dude?
Mhm.
It's not even comparable, dude. It's what they were providing is the same fucking shit. Just now they've added an extra $5 to it. That's what they've done. Okay? Like, get your head out of your ass, PlayStation people. Okay? They just fucking screwed you.
No,
That's what they
love it.
did.
They love it, man. They love it.
Well, guess what?
It's
If
a
you
Game
love
Pass
it, that's
killer, bro.
fine.
Game Pass killer.
Yeah, it's the killer of all killers. But you know what? It ain't gonna make me want to buy it because I already have a better alternative. Sorry.
Nice, brother. Yo, shout out to Sir X Man hitting up that super chat one more time. Thank you for the support, bro. He says we have family playing on 360 for $99 a year. Are you talking live? Are you
Talk about live, yeah.
Yeah. All right, bro. All right. But yo, with the Game Pass family plan, I believe it would be ultimate, with live kind of rolled into it as well. You see how much that is, man. And but you said on 360. I'm dude, really?
You know, Sir X Man always got to tap into the old
Yeah, he
game
goes
stuff.
old school,
Yeah.
man.
So.
If Atari was online, he'd be rocking that at points in time too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, let's get that Pong in. Come on. Yo, shout out
Joust.
to Sir X Man. Joust. Oh my goodness. So,
That was my shit.
Mega, what do you think about this deal here? And again, you heard me and Pred when it comes to like the game sharing thing. That's the one
Yeah.
thing I'm hoping that they don't take away when it
Now,
comes to this, man. What do you think?
all right, so I'll take you back a little bit. You know how I do this.
Uh-oh.
I'll take you back to 2013.
Way back in the
Way
time.
back. Way back.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Anyway, let's take you back to 2013. And if I recall, Microsoft told people that that was one of their plans of what they wanted to do, but it was up to 10 people, if you remember.
Oh, the all digital system.
The all digital system, all this, all that. Why that? This just shows you that they're still trying to implement the stuff that they visioned back in the last console.
2006, right?
Right. They just, it's what we've always talked about for years about Microsoft. They're a little bit too early, and then they give up on it, and then somebody else takes it over, and then it's a incredible success. Zoom, because you always talk about the
Alexa.
the Zoom, Alexa, all of that, right?
Zoom HD was awesome, man.
Right. But Apple took over and made that into its own entity, right? Like all that. So you look at this, and this is why this is a different Microsoft, different Xbox, because they're coming back to old stuff that they were introducing that people hated. And when I heard that, I said, "Oh my God!" Like I my homies, I can sit there, we can set this up, man, and we can talk about splitting games and all of that. This sounds like the same thing, except it's 5 people. Now, of course, Crispy said what I was going to say was about, like, when you look at, and Pred said it too, the your services that you got. Like, okay, so I love YouTube television, so I did a trial. So I'm like, okay, when the next time that we roll around, so the trial's over, we decided that we're gonna go ahead and get YouTube TV. Awesome, but we still have Sling TV. But both services gives up to 5 people that you can let use the service or whatever, the programming or whatever that you use. I look at it the same way. I see this as being somewhat like a game share situation, but they'll take off that it'll just be 5 and that's it. I don't think that they're going to let you just get Xbox Live and then that's it. I think what this all boils down to is that they know that game sharing is popular, and that people have advertised it, talk about it, all this and all that. So why not just go back to the original recipe of what you was trying to do in 2013 and then just do it this way into a subscription service? That way, good night, baby. That's why that it's like you don't have to do these DRM checks because people are paying monthly payments now. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to do all these running checks because people who are going to be invested, they're going to pay you to keep this. Mm-hmm. They don't have to check and see if somebody's doing some fraudulent shit. You ain't got to worry about that because you'll have everything locked up under however you do it. They probably got the technology down, and they probably has been studying how, account wise, so they don't have to do it. And really, it might be its own new form of DRM when these streaming companies do it. So, and you see, nobody complains about it now. They just was too early. Gamers was just too ignorant.
Ahead they were with all that.
That's how far ahead. When I talked to Kareem Cowtree at E3, right? He sit there and shout out to him, because we both got the same name. And so that's what he was tripping about. He was like, "Oh, Kareem from Indiana, you Kareem from Oklahoma. That is crazy." Anyway, so whatever. That's one thing that he told me was that we think so far ahead and it gets us messed up because we analyze, we look at the data, we go through this, we break it down. And then we assess how the market is going to be, how much things are going to cost, whatever. And then we put it out there. And the problem was they weren't anticipating social media. Because at that time, that's the real big true birth. I think in the 2010s to 2013, social media started blowing up. And then you had people that just wanted to tell you that it just didn't, the era of people just telling you shit just ain't right. Every conspiracy theories and everything else is just wrong. And you can't trust big conglomerate companies unless it's their company that they cap for. Happen. And we're hearing it's even more ridiculous now. So if you think about it, and if people really sat back and thought about this whole situation, they would be like, oh man, you know what? I can sit there and send these games back. And I've seen it all through last generation where people's like, you know what? Damn, I wish Microsoft didn't get rid of that game share stuff. Because when you game share with a friend or whatever, just think if you game share with other people and how many games, how much money you can save. How much, you know what I'm saying, you can collaborate on what games, who's going to buy it this month or these, you know what I'm saying, for whatever game that somebody's anticipating, and then also have a chance to play games that you have not played before. Now, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, that's the question right here, is it going to be the same way as is it game sharing, or is it going to just be accounts where you could just be on Xbox Live and have Gamepass, which is still amazing. But I want them to do what they were going to do in the beginning of 2013 and just do it to 5 people. Take that 6th one away, because then people being greedy. Like Fred said, if they could do an incentive where and I don't think they're going to do that, but it would be great if they could say, look, man, I got 2 people, I got 3 people. How much are you going to charge me for that? Because they got to break it down to, they can't just do it individually like that. So 5 people is plenty enough. And then just think about that, like for me, it would be 3 people, because it'd be my son, and then it'll be the in the front room where I game share now with my wife, and then I would hit up a homie. You know what I'm saying? I got almost 800 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, plus we got Game Pass, all that other shit. You got plenty to play. I ain't tripping, and I'm still not going to stop buying games. Matter of fact, it might help me out on me sitting here like, hey, you know what, bro? It might be your time to go and hit something up. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, is the benefit of that, because it's what Crispy said. They want you on their console for life. It's like I was talking about with people last night. It's about engagement with Xbox now. It's not about console sales. I've told people this for years.
I've been saying that forever. It ain't about the sales, it's about the fucking money.
It's about the money. It's about the engagement. That's where the money is. When you sit there and you listen to content creators, they care about that engagement. They ain't worried about how many this in the beginning. They worry about the sub count, but once they get to that certain sub count, it's an engagement, because that's, you know what I'm saying, the more engagement, the more revenue. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's why Sony is going this direction with we're talking about games as a service, and now Xbox has been on this kick. Like, yo, this is why we doing it this way, because we know we want to have people engaged into our console the way that they were on the 360, and now we're going to even kick it up a notch and do it like this. Why do you think that they're doing all of this value shit? This is insane. They got people over here. Well, you can't trust this company. You better trust their ass now for at least this hot minute, so you can enjoy playing as many games as you possibly can that you would have never had the opportunity to play ever in your entire life. I never had this much opportunity to play as many games in my life. I mean, I'm going back thinking as a kid, maybe I had 5, 6 games at a year. Maybe even 3. The rest was rentals. 3, you know what I'm saying? I'd say 3 to 6 a year, and the rest would be rentals. Now, I got hundreds of games in my library right now. I know damn near almost everybody I talk to has at least 100 games in their library. This is a whole nother era of gamers.
They paid for
that they paid for. So why not? Why wouldn't it be smart as hell to say, look, man, you tell your friends to join onto your account and send that code out, and they on Game Pass, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to trust that, and then they're going to spread that out. It was the same thing that they was thinking about in 2013, but it just wasn't. It just didn't click to the gamers at that time, because we were ignorant, because we was listening to PC people a lot of their games was already DRM, but we heard it and we was hearing it from PC people. We thought that they were the smartest motherfuckers on the planet, and the fact of it was that they were making fools out of us, because we're playing games now that still got DRM. It's crazy. So I'm all for it. I hope it's like 5 people that game share, because if they do it that way, it's over, because consumers aren't loyal. They're not loyal. You giving me the cheaper console. You also giving me a console. You also giving me a package to where I can lease.
Fucking preach, bro.
I can lease my console. And you on top of it, and then, you know what I'm saying, if I can lease the console, you still gonna give me this Game Pass shit for a year, for 6 months to a year? Well, was it 3 months to, it's 3 to 6, it's 3 to a year.
6 months, yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 months or 6 months or whatever. And then you gonna sit there and tell me that I can sit there and add 5 other people to my account to get my homies on, because they might be, no man, I ain't with that Xbox shit, bro. Nah, man.
Let me give
I'm
you
PlayStation
that
for life.
free,
Let me hook you up with this, man, so we can play this Grand Theft Auto online. Let me go ahead and do this for you, man. I got you. I'll pay the $19 so we can all eat. You don't think that the homies are gonna change up and say, man, shit, I'm gonna play this Xbox shit, man. All these games.
This Series S is nice.
Yeah, man, this Series S shit, bro, this shit fast. It's just as fast as the PlayStation.
And I can't find a fucking PlayStation 5.
Yeah, you're right. I can't find one. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Real talk. People keep trying to talk this hustle. They ain't about that. Xbox is giving you something that I have never seen and never thought a company would be able ever to do.
Dude.
Ever. If somebody came to me in 1995 or 96 or whatever, 96 when I first got my PlayStation 1, and told me, hey man, this is gonna be Microsoft's gonna make a console, and then they're gonna, and you know, you going to Blockbuster and shit, and you gonna buy shit, or Hollywood Video, they're gonna put that into their console, and you can play games online and talk to people online and shit, and then they're gonna let you get 5 friends to sit there and play the same games with you. I'm gonna slap the shit out. I'm gonna Will Smith their ass. I'm like, man, get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
Awesome,
so man, just think about this for a hot second, man. This is amazing. And if this is true, and from what, you know, Windows Central, don't, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the name, they be giving Xbox hell too.
Oh yeah. Yo, Jess Gordon was one of the main people when it came to the whole Twitter thing. Like, he was right there saying, like, yo, how do you do this when you come out with a share button on a controller?
Right. And see, Double M in the chat, I'm just looking at what he says. He says all the homies can pay it up for a year for, like, y'all can split it up. Like, let's say it's okay, you said 40, let's say it's 60 a year. Well, shit, if you got 5 friends, shit, you $6-7 each? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, less than $10 each? Bro, can I hit you up for this? You know what I'm saying? Baby, you might have a homie that pay the whole thing for you. If these games are hitting, bro,
dude,
it's
$60 is one game.
One game. So no,
that's
one. It's not even one PlayStation game. It's shit. You still got to pay $10 more. Oh man,
no,
oh man, bro. So I mean, and let me just, in my last point right here, just to solidify, cut off, and then we go to the next topic, will be done or whatever. Just think of that when you find out the Call of Duty's gonna be on that bitch.
Oh, $70
day and day.
$7.
You pay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know the Xbox talk dude on the advertising, they're gonna say it, but he gonna say, but that should be funny as hell. On PlayStation, you have to pay $70. On the Xbox, you get it on game. You know what I'm saying? It'll be over. It's done. And that right there it's engagement. The game has changed. I told you it's about services. It's about features. I'm going to keep saying that. And for whoever can sit there and keep capping about $70, I guarantee you their side piece console is going to be little man sitting up there right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Like
Forget
I
it.
said, let me
It is
borrow
what it
some
is,
money,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
borrow
yeah,
some
man.
money, bro.
Value. Give me that value. People talk about high ass gas. You over here still so Sony. Gas is high, meat's high. You know what I'm saying? Produce is high.
Bacon.
Shit, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you telling me my video games gotta be high? Shit, man, you better give me, man. Come on now, come on. Oh my goodness. So
Gotta
yeah, this
eat,
is amazing.
motherfucker. Gotta eat.
Right. Sony said we don't care if you eat, man. You just go ahead and just you eat this. You eat this $10. That's what you do. So no value menu
brings
for
you back
you.
to the PS3 days where they're like, yeah, just get a second job. You know
just get a second job.
That's
The
all.
economy's doing great. Just go ahead. Just get a second job.
Well, guys, on that note, that is about it for the topics. Before we do sign off, I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Phil Spencer himself, which today marks the anniversary where he became the head of Xbox 8 years ago today. So, shout out to Phil. We've seen all the changes that were made. We've seen things grow from just like that startup, stuff like Gamepass, which was just that startup, and I invested in it day one when they had smaller titles in there and stuff, and just to see that grow under his leadership and how he put the proper people in place, and for because he's not going to be there forever. He put the proper people in place to kind of take over when he's not there, and they're also I feel like they're in there making more decisions than ever as well. He put people in there that he trusts.
Sarah Bond.
Yes, that would definitely be a name.
And Matt Booty, yeah, that the new regime. It's good. It's starting up.
Put everything together, and shout out to him, and we see what's going on now when it comes to the system, and when it comes down to it, people are asking, well, where are the games? You look at the delays that have happened. The biggest delay was Stalker 2. For the Xbox when it was coming out. Now it was delayed to kind of like into the fall, and then with everything going on in the world, it's a little up in the air right now. Although I believe the developers have gone over to the Czech Republic, and I think they're back at work when it comes to the game. So shout out to them. But we would have had Stalker 2. We have Redfall supposedly coming. And that's before we get into kind of like the holiday season going into September and stuff like that with again possibly Forza Motorsport this year and then Starfield. So like without that delay, there would have been an Xbox exclusive game like through every season leading into the holiday season. So for people who are asking, well, where are the games? Just be like, yeah, unfortunately they got delayed, but they're all on the way. You look at what's coming with even smaller titles like Scorn coming in October, just in time for Halloween. The games are there, the studios are there, the projects are there, the games that are in development that will be coming out next year and beyond. It's all there. It's all there, and we are going to be reaping the benefits as gamers. And you see stuff like the family plan that they're going to be releasing this year. It's just getting better and better. So shout out to Phil Spencer in there for 8 years and doing so much hard work to turn around the mind share and the stigma that Xbox had the previous generation. So shout out to him. I am going to leave it with these outros, and I am going to start with let me start with Predator. Yo, Pred, what do you got for us, bro?
Nothing, man. Good show tonight. Glad I could stay the whole time. This time,
This
not
was
to
the
cut off and
Predator
take a
show
phone call.
tonight, bro. This was the Predator show tonight.
Yeah, good show. We always good topics tonight. I hope everybody stayed and listened. And make sure you guys hit that like button because I only see like 45 on here right now, and there's like there were a lot more people watching earlier. So make sure you guys hit that like and retweet and share it and all the other shit. Do us some justice tonight. And if you like the show, and I'll see you guys next week.
Nice.
Subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Pred's OnlyFans. Speaking of, let's go to Crispy And shout out to Pred's OnlyFans #1 fan, which is Dark Optimus. He's out there somewhere, probably crying about PlayStation Plus right now.
He's buying content right now.
Yeah, he's buying. He's scooping it all up right now.
I see him a lot.
He's not subscribed to Game Pass. I don't know about that. He did say that, by the way.
Sounds so sexual when you said that.
He was at one point with the Series S. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk to that man. We're gonna have to talk to him.
He's a fraud.
Yo, Crispy, what do you got for us in your outro, man? Where are you gonna be? What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
The truth has been heard. Shout out to the chat that is here. Shout out to the panel. My God, you guys took my words and just made them so much better. Thank you. At Chris Baum on Twitter, Chris Baum 28 Xbox Live. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. We have Breakfast of Boom. We have the Retro Renegades, 7 p.m. Tuesday night. Of course, you can find me back here on the next podcast, 8 p.m. prime time Thursday.
Time, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, the man who is excited for the family plan. Of course it is K Mega. What is going on, bro? What you got going? I know there's a show tomorrow. What's the deal here?
Yeah, GRG will be back this week. Like I said, I want to give everybody a thanks again for hitting me up, asking me about giving their condolences to one of my friends I've known ever since. I know him. He's younger than me, but I've known him ever since he's been junior high, and he passed away last week. He was just at the house just a few days before he passed. So watching me play Elden Ring, laughing at me because I was dying so damn much. And then, to see him pass and stuff like that. So all of a sudden, but, it is what it is. Kind of lost it, but it was good to get back with some of the old crew, with my homies that we all grown up together. It was about 12 of us, and now it's about 8 of us left. And so, just doing some reflecting and things like that, man. And, it was a really good weekend. You know what I'm saying? So, but get back to the roots. And then also tomorrow night on GRG, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much this is a new regime because Rob's, she's a new part of the GRG family. So now I'm back to two ladies on the podcast with D and Rob's a geek. And then Sir X-Man's been coming through, said he wanted to be down to come on. So I'm like, all right. And then last but not least, man, a new member dropped, came in. We talked about it. And so he's so Ham Solo is going to be dropping. And so now it's kind of like, we evolved. And then, of course, I'll still hit people up for guests and things like that. But yeah, we'll keep it small and tight. But this is a new regime with GRG, man. And you know what? Thank you guys for still supporting and handling it. And I'm officially now out of YouTube purgatory after the copy claims. I had 3 in a row.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So because I told you about the epidemic sound stuff, and I was like, okay, so I got that fixed. Then I don't know. I guess when we was talking, I don't know what. I think that was me when I played something on the soundboard that I ain't never really played, and I played it at the end of the show, and then next year like that's inappropriate type of stuff. So I was like, okay, I got hit, but it's all good. So thank you guys for the support. No, it wasn't Sweet Fish. It was something else. It was something else that I have not played. Y'all heard it before, but y'all haven't heard me play it on a podcast. So I did it just for fun, and they on YouTube slapped my ass with it.
They're like, no fun for you, bro.
No fun for you. So I was like, all right, I'm cool. I got you. So anyway, but yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. So come and check us out Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. GMT time, and in Australian time, I don't know what that time, but it's 11 a.m. So come in. I've had
it's actually a good time for Australia.
That's a great time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool, great. So thank you guys so much. And then Fight Night will return. Sunday night. So we'll definitely do that. I'll probably try to stream something with Don. And then Devin the Gaming will definitely be back hopefully next week. So, and then we'll give more details about the new podcast that's going to be dropping. I think we got a day when we're going to actually do it. But it is very close. It's coming here this coming up April. So get ready for that. Something different. So I hope you guys will stay tuned.
Shoot. I'm always down for something different, man. Can't wait to see what that is.
Yeah.
Nice. And again, shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely incredible all night. I love seeing you guys react to what we're talking about, whether it's the jokes, whether it's serious topics or whatnot. You guys are definitely as much a part of this show as the panel is, and we definitely appreciate you guys. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Again, share the show out. Let people know that we are live here every Thursday night. Mostly 8 p.m. Sometimes a little bit later if I'm working. I'm racing back here to get everything set up. But
we're talking about hair.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's amazing how this whole show evolved from the start before we went live, all the way through. Man, it has been an awesome night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Prime time.
See you Thursday. We'll see you
no
tomorrow,
soundbar, man. We're not going to
Thursday.
get any weird.
Yeah, no soundbar. No soundbar for a little bit.
Sweet
Yeah.
fish.
Until that
Welcome to the
until that
Oh
update.
no.
Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.